Hi there. I didn't see you come in. I'm Sean Capri from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, the birthplace of Commander Shepard. You are in for a real treat. Gabe Patillo, Tim Router, and Timothy Hall are about to gently place games in life and life in games directly into your eardrums. I sure am glad you joined us, and if this is your first time, do what I did. Go back and listen from the first episode and hear Gabe talk about The Last of Us for 2 years straight. Now, take it away, toys.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 9-to-5s, but we are still married to the game 094. Holy crap, 094. It's your boy, Gabe Patillo, with Tim Router and Timothy Hall, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh, man. We're back. This feels right.
The band is reunited.
We're a tripod again. Instead of just a ladder.
Of course, right. It was only 2 weeks, so in podcast world, that's like eternity.
That's right.
It feels like a long time. It
felt like it, that's for sure.
Timothy Hall is back with us, and we are so happy to hear his voice, and he sounds completely different to us.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm broadcasting from a new place.
Woohoo!
Whoa! Yeah, we finally got enough renovations done to move on in. So
how does it feel?
Feels great. The funny thing is I have to find a new place to kind of do the show because I typically get pretty loud.
Right.
So, and this house is really open, so no matter where I do the show, I'm probably going to wake Krista up. I don't want to do that.
It's the alarm bell, but she usually gets up around this time anyway, though, doesn't she?
She gets up soon, but I don't want to wake her up any earlier than she has to be. So, but I'll eventually find a place where I can, kind of get some soundproof stuff going because we get a little crazy. So
we do.
Yes, we do.
We do. We definitely get crazy for 6:30 in the morning.
Exactly. So if you guys like pop off one of your best jokes, and I'm just like, just understand why.
It's subdued laughter. I love it.
Yeah. He even said he sounds more manly and everything.
I know, right?
In 2 weeks, you sound like a new man.
A little bit.
That's
grown.
Awesome.
You own a home. All right, so catch us up a little bit. You've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a kind of a culmination of things. We've been working on the home a lot because we've got to put down some finishing touches. We've got family coming to town for the 4th.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
So
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Independence Day. So we've been putting
Welcome to Earth. Just kidding.
Welcome to Earth. See, Gabe, there's one of those moments where if I was in a room where my voice wasn't going to just bounce everywhere, I'd probably be laughing pretty hard.
Yeah. Hall's laugh today will be ha 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 ha. Oh, that was a good one, Gabriel. That was a good one.
The funny thing about this house is that it's really, really open, so you can be having a moderately voiced conversation downstairs and hear it all the way upstairs because it's a pretty open floor plan. Yeah.
Gotta get some furniture in there and load it up.
Yeah, well, no, we've already got furniture in here. It's still bouncing everywhere. I'm
awesome.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my gosh.
There's going to just be egg crates everywhere on the walls in Paul's house.
It's going to be like a giant studio. Yeah.
It's one giant soundproof studio.
No, I haven't gotten my office set up yet, but once I do, there'll be a bunch of absorption material in there and stuff. So
that's awesome.
It'll be
there
good.
You go.
So
I'll be able to just laugh like I'm in a vacuum.
Perfect. Are you officially out of the apartment now?
Just about. We've got just about everything over here.
Awesome.
So
God, I hate moving.
Yeah, I just hate moving.
Yep.
But it was funny yesterday. I hired some movers because the way that they built this house, the stairwell is really odd like you can't get anything up the stairwell.
Why is that? Because it's skinny?
Yeah, well, the way it's set up, it's like it turns a corner really hard, so you can't take like couches upstairs, for instance.
Oh boy!
Oh wow!
So like last week we had my office couch delivered, and it's a decently oversized couch, but they were like, yeah, there's no way we're getting this up the stairs, so they had to take it over the second floor banister.
Oh my gosh!
Oh geez, Louise!
And it's not too bad. It's probably about 16 feet or so.
That's not terrible, but still, that's
it's you know, it's okay. But when the guys came, like, yeah, we had to help them get the couch over the banister. It was pretty nuts.
Oh my gosh!
So,
oh man.
And when what was I going to say? Oh, yesterday I hired some movers, and the reason I hired movers was because I was like, there's no way that Krista and I are going to be able to get this stuff over the banister.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
her arms are like shaking. She's like, "Oh God, please."
I mean, I hired. The deal was I hired him from Angie's List. The deal was like 2 guys for 2 hours, which is great because that's all I really needed. All the
to
other
do
stuff,
whatever I please.
Yes, my minions.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, after you guys get this couch put in, I need you to play this video game with me.
Yeah, play some Xbox. Let's go. But it was really funny because, well, now that we have the Jeep, we've just been bringing stuff over by ourselves. So we basically went through the home and just pinpointed everything that we could not take in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yesterday I met the guys at the place and I showed them all the stuff that needed to come over, and they brought it over, and almost all of it had to go over the banister.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, well, here you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I called you.
Oh, way well spent. And it was crazy. I mean, I tipped them really good because at the end of the job, they were like, well, it took us an hour and 7 minutes, so we'll only charge you for an hour. And I was like, you guys are the best.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Look at those guys.
It cost me like under $100 to move.
That's incredible.
It was absolutely ridiculous.
That's the best right there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's freaking great. So I'm guessing you didn't do any gaming.
Yeah, I was going to say, so how's the gaming
Can
going?
we get to what's important here? Freak.
Hey, I did get some Hearthstone in. I haven't had any time to console game at all.
Yeah.
They've barely been hooked up. They were hooked up to watch a DVD. So
nice.
Sweet.
But like I said, played a little Hearthstone here and there. That's one of those games that I kind of feel like you've got to like pull yourself away from eventually.
Yeah,
sure. Because it's just going to take up too much of your time. I found myself like sitting on the couch and just being like, well,
it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I should go to bed.
No, like I'm like, I should play a console game, but Hearthstone's right here.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's ridiculous. Actually, I take it back. I did play Mass Effect 3 since the last time we spoke.
Nice. Did you finish it?
I'm almost done.
Wow.
I'm seriously almost done.
That's what you always say. I don't believe you anymore.
I think I played it for like an hour and a half, maybe to 2 hours. So
yeah.
When I thought I was almost done, I guess I was a lot less done than I thought.
Yeah.
And I'm still close.
Still grinding.
Putting that away. And, everybody else put that away about 2 years ago. So.
And that was on the late side.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. But,
that's awesome.
I'm going back through and I'm picking out the stuff that, I wasn't able to finish last gen, going through it. I think my next project, I was able to get Infamous onto my PS3.
There you go.
There you go.
Care of the community, because I had mentioned I went to the store and it was saying not available for download, but everybody was like, "Oh, just check your downloads list."
You mean Infamous 2?
Yeah, well, Infamous 1.
Oh, Infamous 1. Sorry.
Yeah, I still got to go play the OG, man.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. I'm the king of. I don't have time.
I've got it if you need it.
No, I was able to download it. The thing was when I went to the store, like I downloaded Infamous back in the PlayStation Store outage thing,
right?
And That's probably honestly ancient history at this point, because I think it happened like 4.5 years ago.
Is it that long ago?
It's really long.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably a lot of kids coming into this industry that have no idea that even happened.
Wow.
So, like I said, it's probably ancient history at this point. But since I had downloaded it so long ago, I was like, oh, I'll just search it on the store. And that's when it came up as not available.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I guess I can't download it at all. And then the community came together and told me, oh, yeah, if you go to your downloads list, you'll find it there. So after heading over there and wading through tons and tons of stuff, I found it.
Nice.
So I was able to download it, get it installed, and I should be able to report back as soon as I scroll over to it and hit the X button.
So you had to do 4 years of scrolling down, is what you're saying.
Well, I had to go through 4 years of stuff because I was like passing stuff like, I don't even remember downloading this, or I don't even remember buying this.
Exactly.
Nice.
You're like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, I remember buying that.
And then give us the thumbs up. Everything okay with you guys? Your family's good? You're back on the podcast. I'm guessing the dust
Yes,
is
sir.
settled.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Here's some marital advice from Hall. That's the thing.
Here it goes.
Is,
everybody get your pins out.
Yep, bring it out.
When your wife asks you not to do something,
Yeah.
don't do it.
That is
Awesome.
perfect.
I don't think I need to get into any more detail.
You're done, man. That is it. The main motto, it's all my creed as well, and you guys know it too, is happy wife, happy life. That's
Yes,
the way.
Exactly.
That
If
is
mama
the way-
ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
That is exactly right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's so funny. I love that. That is great.
Enough said. That is awesome.
Router,
Oh, brother.
you were, let's see, Superman and a world traveler.
Yeah, right.
I really want to hear what's going on.
All right,
here.
so here's what's going on. So first off, work is killing me. I've been getting up for the past week and a half at 3:00 in the morning.
No.
And
3?
yeah, including the weekends. Now, granted, I've been getting a little Watch Dogs in while I'm doing it, but because I have to. But yeah, work is just killing me. It's one of those things where I have several projects whose deadlines fall right around the same time. So like
Of course they do.
Of course they do. So all the planets lined up for that. So I've just been busting my hump to try and get it all done. So there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we have this nice little weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to catch a little bit of a break. We ended up on Sunday. We were like, hey, let's do something different. Let's take Piper. Piper loves zoos. We go to the Nashville Zoo all the time.
Oh my gosh, we love that place.
So we were like, hey, let's try the Birmingham Zoo. I heard it's really good. So we decided to do a little road trip on Sunday. So
Wow.
we get in the car with her parents were like, oh, we'll come too. We've never been to Birmingham. So we're like, all right, great. So we're driving down 65. It's pouring rain. Next thing you know, we see these brake lights everywhere. And I look over and there is a car in a ditch on its side and the radiator steaming.
Whoa.
Like it must have just happened. And there's debris everywhere. So my father-in-law is a fireman. I'm driving and I'm like, oh, this is not good. We got to pull over. And I see a guy running up toward the car. So it literally happened probably 10 seconds before we got there. So we pull over and there's a few other people that come up and I see like a little kid's bracelet on the ground. And I'm like, oh God,
my gosh.
please do not let there be children in here. Cause this car was facing traffic on its side, just mashed up, windshield smashed. So there's two guys that got there before me and my father-in-law, and they're holding up the passenger door to look in so we can see. And there's this poor woman. She was like 63 years old.
Oh no.
What's the word I'm looking for? I'm blanking. So they're holding up the door. So I take over and I hold the door for these guys. The guy that actually hit her is find out he's a police officer up in Kentucky. He said, and he was explaining to the woman down there, and she was conscious. She was hanging on to the seatbelt because the passenger side is down on the floor. So she's kind of elevated and holding on to the seatbelt suspended.
Oh, wow.
I look down. By the way, the airbags have been deflated. Everything's like out and about. It's just chaos. and she's hanging on for dear life. I look down, and her right leg is going the opposite way, and there's just flesh. Like it's basically just kind of dang. It was a compound fracture. There's still a little bit there, and hopefully they could put it back together. I don't know, but it was basically going the other way. I mean, think Joe Theismann, but like worse with like blood but she wasn't bleeding out, which was awesome.
It was like real. It wasn't television.
No,
it wasn't like
it was a full-on compound fracture, just going the other way. And I'm like, oh, please don't look at it. Thank God somebody came with a blanket, and the first thing we did was put the blanket over the wound because we don't want her seeing it. She's white as a ghost, but she was breathing. She was conscious. I was like, oh, thank God. So the police officer who had hit her, apparently what had happened is he had hydroplaned and then must have moved over and sideswiped her, and then that was it. I mean, it just went over. So it was just crazy, but it was amazing to see so many people rallied. And there's another guy came in. I'm this whole time I'm holding the door, and like 10 minutes later, we're just taking turns holding the door, and just there's not a whole lot we can do. She's trapped. And what eventually happened was one of the people that stopped had the surgical scissors because he's a nurse, and he cut the part of the seatbelt. But what ended up happening was the weight of her fell down, so she basically fell all the way down into the car now. So now we can't get her out. So
insult to injury.
Oh yeah. So we've already called 911. Everybody's on it. It's still raining. And, all I could really do is just hold the door. And then, when I'm done, I'm just like cleaning up debris. There's nothing we can do until the extraction unit comes.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So it was crazy. So Lauren and I just, she was out there too. And her father-in-law was out there. He's like, look, I'm a fireman. I know what to do. I just don't have anything to do it with. I don't have the tools or anything. And so we just kind of waited around, and we would take turns talking to her. I asked if she needed any water. She was fine, but I mean, she rattled off her son's number, and like one of the guys called him and left him a message. So the cops finally come, an ambulance comes, and an extraction team comes, and they just start running and gunning. Like they get the jaws of life. They chop off that door that we were holding. They start pulling down the windshield. And, we told them all about her injury. And it was surreal and scary. But at the same time, it was really cool to see just so many people coming around to rally and help this poor woman out. So.
Louise.
And then the sheriff comes like, were you guys witnesses or anything? We're like, no, we're just helping out. It's like, you guys need to go along then. And we're like, oh man. So
really?
Yeah, they kicked us out. So if we didn't actually see anything, I guess they need to, because they don't need a whole lot of people hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
And
that'll just lead to
exactly. So
we
just tried to stay out of everybody's way while they were doing their thing. So I'm assuming she's all right. I don't know if that leg is gone or not, but poor thing. I just felt so bad. So we did some mighty careful driving the rest of the way down
I know that's right.
to Birmingham.
Yeah.
But
and it took 5 hours to get to Birmingham from Nashville.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so we go down to Birmingham. The zoo there is really nice. It's actually really shaded compared to the Nashville Zoo, and it's more compact. It's not as spread out as the Nashville Zoo is. But Piper had a ball. I mean, she saw her elephants, and like the animals are all really close up, so you can see them really, really close. And they have a train that goes all the way through the zoo. So she just had a ball. And then
we're gonna have to go there sometime.
Yeah, it's only typically a 2.5 hour drive, and it's a straight shot down 65.
Right.
And so then on the way back, we're on 65 again, heading up, and dead stop for an hour in traffic. There was another accident.
No way.
This one looked like it was a car that sped off the road down into the embankment and must have nailed a tree or something, because it was just wrecked. And we were just at a dead standstill for an hour until they could clear it out. So again, a Birmingham trip that normally took us 2.5, it took us 4 hours to get home. So needless to say, that was my weekend. It was pretty exciting and scary, but it all worked out hopefully pretty well. I've been looking on the accident report or anything just to see if she's okay, if she's still in the hospital, what's going on, but I haven't been able to find anything. But I got to hand it to her. She was really alert, and I think her body, there was a lot of adrenaline pumping, and she was in shock. She was white as a ghost, but she was very coherent, and she was with it. She didn't pass out or anything. As soon as as soon as the medical team came, they put an IV in her, so she was stable. And then it was just a question of trying to get her out. I mean, it was impossible. I don't know how they did. They had to have cut the roof. They must have. So
really,
yeah, it was
like that.
It was absolutely crazy.
And then trying to move her with her leg all jacked up.
Yeah. I don't know how they did that, but it's one of those things that they may just have to wrap it up. But thank God somebody had a blanket to kind of pull it over, because if you look through the windshield, you just see this foot going the other way, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, geez, it was like a Walking Dead episode.
It really was. It was weird. So apart from that, still playing Watch Dogs and having a great time with it, and doing some Mario Kart. That's pretty much it. I go from that to gaming.
So you go from driving to virtual driving.
Yes, exactly. Except when I hit people, it doesn't matter in Watch Dogs, and it works out fine. But I get very excited to wake up and go play that game. It's just, there's a lot to do in that game, and I'm working more on the campaign now, and it's a good story actually so far, and I really like it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
That took way too much time. I'm sorry.
No, that was great. Oh, shoot.
So how about you, Mr. Gabe?
Kitchen and tiling, kitchen and tiling, kitchen
By the way,
and kitchen
thank you
and
for that,
tiling.
because now Lauren's on a kick, and guess what I'll be doing this weekend? We're going to test paint cabinets in the laundry room.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, those Patillos.
Man.
Hey, when one person starts doing it, everybody starts doing it.
Yeah, so Lauren's on this kick, so I'm not getting any relaxation this weekend. So thanks, Gabe.
Right, yeah, sorry.
But Backsplash looks good, man.
It looks amazing.
Oh, thanks. So we're just like finishing up, and then we still have to tackle our island, which we're going to do a concrete countertop on.
Oh, wow.
And so
that's awesome.
We'll see. So anyway, kitchen and tiling. Went to Ohio this last weekend. Hung out with the Lighties.
Awesome.
You guys have heard that name before. Matt and Aaron Lighty. They introed the show.
Liddy.
Yeah, let's go with that. That was a one taker on that one. They said
awesome.
they just were like,
that's so awesome.
Matt said he thought it was going to take forever, and then they were like, let's just try it. And they did it, and we played on the show, and it was awesome. It was great. Great people. It was awesome. They came out to we were playing at Kings Island, I think.
Oh yeah.
Out there, the theme park.
Kings Island. Ugh. I had season passes to that every year, and we went often.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah, we lived about 20 minutes from it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so we were running around there. I on that trip, I obviously took my Vita and set out to go ahead and finish up Persona 4.
Which will take you another 2 years to probably finish.
Which I didn't end up playing at all.
Nice.
Because I ended up playing Ollie Ollie instead. And that game is fun. Oh, that game is fun. It's a little weird on the sticks because you use like the left stick to jump and do the tricks. And then you use X to land.
Oh, weird.
But everything in you wants to use X to Ollie. Like, you want to use X to jump.
Tony
and then,
Hawk. Right.
Because, exactly. Because in my blood, Tony Hawk jacked me up for.
Well, they're hoping that Tony Hawk gets out of everybody's blood eventually.
Exactly. It's not happening.
They can do that.
But it is really fun. Pretty challenging. And it takes a second to get used to the buttons. But after you get it, it's pretty fun. But it does feel like a barrage of doing things weird because you're jumping and doing all the tricks with the left stick, or like the left stick and then the shoulder buttons. And then, right when you land, you're supposed to hit the X button, like right before you land. And that's what helps you get like a perfect landing and stuff like that. So it's just X comes in at a weird time. So
wow. That's really cool though.
Getting used to that. Yeah. I'm with Router Tube and playing Watch Dogs. It's fun. I like it. Found Aisha Tyler.
Yeah,
in
did
there,
you? Yeah,
talking to somebody. I took a screenshot of her complaining about something. I forget.
So,
what
like, is she herself in the game, or does she play somebody in the game?
Like, you have the recticle over her. It's just like Aisha Tyler.
Yeah, you basically hack into her apartment and you can see what she's doing. And she's on the phone complaining about something.
Oh no, I saw her out on the street.
Oh,
like I was standing next to her. She was talking to somebody.
Well, then I stalked her. Then I hacked into her apartment. Sorry, Aisha.
That's cool. And then I gained a new respect for Timothy Hall's editing skills this last week.
Dude, it sounded great, man. You did a great job.
That took me like a long time. And obviously I think I could do it again and it'd be a lot like, I mean, it'd be hours faster now. But like,
it's a learning process.
Yeah, it's a learning process. You've only had 92 episodes to get used to doing it.
Right. Oh gosh, I don't even have to. I'm literally like a robot now.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, I was like, I'm messing with levels and trying to make everything sound right and take crackles out of this. And I didn't have the songs. And so in the midst of everything Hall was going through last week, I'm texting him like, hey, buddy, sorry. You think you can send those songs over? Because I don't know. I think,
yes, Gabe.
Yeah, exactly. And I think everybody knows this. So I'm a part of the song, the intro and the outro, obviously. And then the two songs during the show are songs that Hall has produced. And so I didn't have those songs. I only had the intro. And I was going to use, if I didn't hear back from Hall, since we only have two bumpers that we use in the show, I was going to use the Last of Us song and then the BioShock Infinite chorus. But
nice.
But Hall came through in a Cobra Clutch, so I didn't have to do that.
I want to produce a song.
That'd be awesome if you guys like opened up the Toby Mac show with "I Got My Dragon Born" or something crazy like that.
That would be awesome. That would be amazing.
As the crowd just stares at us, like, what is he even talking about?
What's going on? No, all the young kids will know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they'll probably know.
That's so funny.
So funny. All right. Router.
Yes.
You should have the strength this week. We're the trifecta.
We are back. Let's do this.
Oh, yes, let's do it.
So new releases this week, again, very, very, very slim. We have Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition for the Xbox One, 360, Wii U, PS4.
And it's free for, we'll get there.
And for all you Xbox 360ers, Far Cry compilation is coming out, which combines Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon into one pack.
Me.
So go get that because that game is awesome.
I gotta say, Far Cry 2 is really hard to play after you've played 3.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really? To me.
It didn't age well?
Not as well as like
3's going to.
Well, 3 has like a lot of those modern conventions that they've learned over the course of this generation.
Yeah.
Far Cry 2 was at the beginning of the generation.
So was 3 like an overhaul then versus 2, or are they still similar, but there's just different features?
They're similar. They're similar in a lot of things, like, AI and vehicles and setting and all that stuff. But 3 is just it feels a lot better.
It's like,
I really kind of feel like that's why 3 hit the stride and everybody latched onto it.
It is. It's really comfortable to play.
Yeah, because 2 was a pretty good seller, but I doubt that 2 did any better than 3. I bet 3 killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely go play those. And then I guess Call of Duty Ghosts Invasion, I'm assuming that's DLC, and that's for the PS4, PS3, and PC. So I'm assuming our Xboxers got that a week before. I could be wrong, but that's pretty much it for this week as far as new releases. Into the top-selling games we go for the week of June 21st. Brick and mortar, US only. Here we go. Number 10, Watch Dogs for the PS3. Number 9, Watch Dogs for the Xbox One. Number 8, Tomodachi Life for the 3DS.
Oh, wow.
Number 7, Watch Dogs for the 360. Number 6, Minecraft for the PS3.
Get out of here.
Number 5, Minecraft for the 360.
Yep.
What? They flip-flopped.
5 and 6.
No, but remember, it was always the PS3 one above it because it's newer.
Oh, because
it beat it out. It beat it out by, honestly, less than 1,000 units.
Well, that's stupid.
And number 4, Watch Dogs for the PS4.
Oh.
Number 3, Mario Kart 8
Heyo.
for the Wii U. Number 2, EA Sports UFC for the Xbox One, which means number 1, EA Sports UFC for the PS4 debut.
Wow. I don't know why those games look terrible to me. I mean, they look good, but like they just look difficult.
Yeah,
and
no desire.
I have heard not such good things about that game.
I'm such a button masher when it comes to fighting games, and it just looks like the opposite
and
of that.
I hate button mashing too, so it's like, forget it. I'd rather just
Gosh, I hate holding controllers.
I know. I'd rather just run. I'll just run around them the whole time.
I'd rather be the controller.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. One day
Beating
we
up
will.
someone.
But yeah,
yeah, one day we'll do that. Connect.
So the PS4 version did 179,000 units, and the Xbox One version did 116,000 units. So they that's actually a really good showing for a nice debut like that. So kudos to EA Sports for bringing out the UFC.
I wonder if that's related to that, like the UFC license, or if it's just related to the fact that
it's
people
UFC.
really want. Yeah,
Man, UFC is huge.
Yeah, I mean it is so
huge. I've watched several. A buddy of mine is a huge UFC person, and so on Saturday nights we've gone out and had fight night and watched it.
Yep, same here.
Yep.
You've got to go out at about 5 p.m.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
those cards are long.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it depends. I mean, if sometimes guys just get knocked out within the first couple minutes, and then sometimes it just goes on and on.
Sweet.
But I mean, it's cool. Once you start getting to know everybody, you kind of, it's like NASCAR too. Once you start getting to know everybody, all the players, you kind of get attached to your favorites and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
By the way, I have no desire for, I'm not a huge NASCAR person at all. I'm just giving that as another example. Just wanted to put that Router disclaimer out there.
Exactly. Nice.
Router's NASCAR podcast.
That's right. Welcome.
Yes, get her done.
Let's go.
Well, I've been waiting to say this for 2 weeks. Timothy Hall, give me something.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do you want to start with the Critics Awards?
Sure, because I don't know anything about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
E3 every year they have this Game Critics Awards, which I think it's about roughly like 30 or 40 people. I think that they're in the industry, they're reviewers, they're site owners, basically getting their voice out there about what they've played on the floor and what were their takeaways or what were their favorites.
Yeah.
So I've got all the different ones here that won awards. Some of them are kind of surprising.
Let's hear it.
The best of show was Evolve.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Gabe, did you get a chance to check that out?
I mean, I got to watch it. I didn't get to play it because the line was just always like crazy long. But that game looks I cannot wait to play that game.
I wonder if they just went around to all of the games and they said, oh, that game looks pretty popular.
If it was that easy, yeah.
I'm totally joking. Best original game was No Man's Sky. Did you get a chance to check that out?
I don't remember seeing it on the.
playable.
I don't remember seeing it on the. I don't remember seeing it there.
Maybe it was a private showing.
Probably.
It might have been because it's really early.
Yeah, I ain't got no time for that. Private shows.
Best console game, Evolve.
Yep.
Wow.
Sure.
Best handheld, Super Smash Brothers for 3DS.
Oh, that's kind of cheating, but I get it.
Best PC game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Huh.
Did you get to check that out?
No, I skipped that one.
Best hardware or peripheral, Oculus Rift.
Yeah, sure.
And Facebook just called and said checks in the mail.
Exactly right.
Oh, this is kind of weird. Best action game, Evolve.
Wow.
Really?
Sounds like people really like Evolve.
Yeah, they are taking over.
That game looked so much fun, though, you guys. Oh, my God.
I seriously can't wait to try it out.
Meanwhile, the $500 million game Destiny gets 0 mentions. No,
it's gonna get best $500 million game.
Yeah.
Was Destiny playable on the floor, or was that just an alpha thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it was playable.
Yep.
Wow.
And I played it.
That's weird. I wonder if they didn't include it in here just because it's going to be largely based on the multiplayer experience.
I have no idea.
Who knows? But
I am not sure.
If I was a marketer for Destiny, I'd be sweating bullets right now. I'm like, oh, crap.
It just didn't feel like anything special, maybe is why. Because it was just like one of those defend your base missions.
Yeah.
And so it probably just didn't feel special enough. Like there wasn't this great, it was just regular multiplayer that felt like Halo on the next gen.
Yeah, I was going to say my brother played it. I asked him what he thought about it because he has a PS4. He was like, "Eh."
Really?
So, yeah, he was like, it was okay, I guess.
Huh.
That's really not what you want to be saying about a $500 million game, but
right. And I think, are they retracting that? I saw somewhere like they're not saying it was $500 million.
They can say
anymore.
It's not true, but it's probably true. Like, I mean, like
they dumped a ton of money into this.
Well, some insider stuff, like, like films, for instance, they'll release a dollar amount, but sometimes that's not the real dollar amount. Like, it's more than that.
Sure. Once you bring in marketing and everything into it?
Yeah, like I think that they sometimes do that to kind of lower like film buffs' expectations. So the same thing would go for a game. Like, a gamer would know like kind of what the budget is for most of the games that they play. Like if they're very interested in the game, right. Yeah, they'll go and kind of find out the development and stuff. And, 500 million is really steep. That's like,
right.
that's about double the highest cost game, I would imagine. So I would imagine that the 500 million is just real dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of really what's going on. And maybe they want to release a statement that says, no, this game only costs 200 million. Just to kind of
right.
not I want to say lower people's expectations, but when you hear that somebody's spending like double what any game has ever, what has been spent on any other game, you're thinking, oh, this should be great game.
And that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the problem.
But I tell you what, I know your brother, you said it was your brother-in-law said that?
No, my brother.
Your brother?
Brother.
I enjoyed it. Like, I really liked playing the alpha beta. Like, once I got in there with people that listen to the show, that was so much fun running around with those guys and talking and shooting stuff.
That's cool.
People have likened some of it to Borderlands, so I wonder if you can try Borderlands 2 now.
Yeah,
I need to.
You need to.
That's hilarious.
It's on Vita now, Gabe. You have no excuse.
I know. Seriously, I need to stop running from it. All right, keep going. What else they got?
Best action adventure game, Batman Arkham Knight.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I don't think that was playable either. So these must just be like, where you went in and watched them play it or something.
Well, yeah, that might have been a private demo. I mean, these are people who are working with larger websites or website owners, so they're kind of established.
They're getting the inside scoop.
Yeah, exactly. So they get all the private demos and all that stuff. So, best role playing game, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nice.
Yep.
There weren't that many RPGs at.
I didn't feel like there was
the show. I mean, I heard that there were. Probably, I think 3 or 4 games is what I heard for the RPG role. So we'd have to kind of go through and try to find out what those are. Best fighting game, Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Yep.
People really love that game.
So fun.
I seriously have not played Smash Brothers since the one on N64, but I loved it.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I know, man. Best racing game, The Crew.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Did you get to check that out?
Yeah, I played that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, did
it feel like a racing game?
Yeah,
Okay, that's all we need to know. I kind of feel like the modern racing game is all kind of moving towards the same point.
That's how I feel too. That's what it felt like. Outside of like the simulators, it's definitely like, go get this guy, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's as far as like racing games go, and I do play a lot of them. Like it looks like it's going towards here's Gran Turismo, and then here's everything else.
Right.
And that's like And when I say that, I don't mean like, well, Gran Turismo is better than everything. I'm just saying Gran Turismo is the simulation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then everything else is like, okay, well, here's where it's got some of that arcade fun with some simulation mixed in. So
sweet.
And then you've got a game like Split Second, which I think that was a pretty underrated game.
Yeah,
honestly.
That was a cool take on a racing game, I thought.
It was very cool.
I totally agree with you. Was that it for those?
Best sports game, NHL 15.
Sure.
That sounds like, was that one of the only sports games on the floor?
I didn't even look. Somebody asked me when I got back, they're like, hey, what sports games did you play? I was like, none of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't even look for any sports games, so I have no idea.
Best strategy game, Civilization Beyond Earth.
Oh.
Might be cool to check out. Those are the guys that did XCOM.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Best social family game, Mario Maker.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Best online multiplayer, Evolve.
Oh, gosh. I'm telling you, that thing looked fun, man. Like, how often do you get to be the hunters and the monster? Like, what game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had never seen that before.
Yeah, I don't know if a game has done that yet. I'm sure somebody will come forward and let us know, but I don't think that a game has had that yet, that mechanic. I mean, like, it's, when I see that game, I mean, obviously they put it in the trailer, but it's very akin to Left 4 Dead, which is an exceptional multiplayer game. So,
is it? I've never played it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's one of those games where, how people are always talking about how couch co-op is more fun for a lot of experiences.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead was a lot more fun, I think, as an online multiplayer experience. And because it came out close to the beginning of the generation, like last gen, I mean, it really hit a stride with a lot of people, and it was a lot of fun. So
there you go.
Best indie game, No Man's Sky. Special commendation for innovation, No Man's Sky.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yep, very cool.
No Man's Sky. Kind of bringing it home there at the end.
Evolve definitely took home a lot of them, though.
Yeah, exactly. Evolve was like, scoot over, please. I'm about to do this. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and style that you used to. Anyway. So a guy named Blubler, gamer online, broke the world record for beating Super Mario Brothers in 4 minutes, 57 seconds, and 69 milliseconds. And for those of you that don't know, that is crazy fast. Like, crazy fast.
For Super Mario Brothers, the first one?
Yes.
Was it a tool assisted, or was it just...
No, he just ran it.
Wow.
Speed ran it. And I mean, when you're watching it, you're like, I didn't even know you could do that. Like, I didn't know you could hop a pipe and like the little plant coming out of the pipe in one jump. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing stuff that's like next level crazy stuff. I mean, cray stuff.
I'm gonna have to go watch this.
Oh my gosh, it's so fast. Like the child in you is mad at how good he is at Mario. It's incredible. Router, are you still there?
Something to master it.
Router, are you there? Are you sleeping? I think Router fell asleep.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
No, you can hear him breathing. Listen.
No, I'm right here, bud.
Oh.
Where have you been? I'm right here. I've been here the whole time. You guys have just been gabbing.
Okay, I think he did fall asleep.
No way. No way, man. I'm breathing heavy because my nose is backed up.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I was talking and I almost fell asleep.
I'm here.
Oh my gosh. That was really funny. Yeah. Are you sure you weren't asleep?
I was asleep. Who are you kidding? I was out. I was dreaming.
Were you really?
Yeah, I fell asleep. Hey, you tried getting up every morning at 3 o'clock in the morning straight for a week and a half.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
You like that? Hey, Hall, on the audio, will you bring up my breathing really hot? That would be awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. I'm literally crying. Like,
Yep,
that's
awesome.
Funny. That is so funny to me. I was like, man, why isn't Router talking? This is so weird. He's not saying
of course
anything.
That has to happen when I'm like in the bottom of an echo chamber and I can't laugh.
Yes, you can't laugh very hard. I did that for you, Hall.
Oh.
Man,
well, shoot.
As you get older, you just fall asleep anywhere, whenever. I can fall asleep. Like, Lauren has timed me to fall asleep. Like, when we crawl into bed, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. She's timed me at like 1 minute, 21 seconds. She's like, that's when I started breathing heavy. I can fall asleep anywhere.
Dude, my wife is the same way. She's not old yet. She can fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Okay, sorry. So anyway.
So what were we talking about? I'm sorry, guys.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
No, that's the best.
That was amazing.
We're sorry to ruin your sleep.
No, I had this feeling like I'm just going to close my eyes for a quick second. And I had this feeling in the back of my head. In the back of my head, I had this feeling, oh, God, please don't fall asleep in the middle of the podcast. Too late.
Gabe was talking about Mario Brothers and Ryder was dreaming it out.
That's right.
Exactly. Okay.
That's awesome.
Moving on.
Right. Let's pull this back together, shall we?
Oh crap! That is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, I think that's up there. You guys just take it home. I'm going for a nap.
Router's still tired from having to hold up the whole other end of the conversation from last week. He's like, I'll do it this week. Oh my gosh! I'm so happy that happened.
You're welcome.
And you know what I love too is like anytime you fall asleep, but you try not to sound like you fell asleep. You try to sound like overly awake. Like, no, I'm here. What are you talking about? No, I'm here.
No.
Yeah, I started going with that. I'm like, oh, forget it. They found out. It's done. There's no reason to try and cover it up. I was out.
Oh my God.
Gabe, you're dying, dude. That's awesome.
Only because I had been thinking about it for like the last 5 minutes. So while Hall was running down the Critics Awards, I started hearing I was like, why is he breathing so heavy? And then so I was like,
okay. Jabba the Hutt. I was like, here like, oh.
I was like, well, he'll talk about this one. And so I thought maybe you just didn't know anything about the games we were talking about. And so I was like, well, when I bring up Super Mario Brothers, obviously he'll chime in. And so we're like, leaving gaps for a Router to jump in there. And it just didn't happen.
So awesome.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, back on a video gaming podcast.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile.
All right. For those of you
guys. At the Hall of Justice.
Oh my gosh. For those of you guys that bought for those of you guys that bought an Xbox One and got the Kinect and don't want it anymore, GameStop GameStop is offering $40 in-store credit and $32 cash if you sell your Xbox One Kinect to them, but do not be mad when they turn around and sell that thing for $100.
Of course.
Yeah, like they'll be able to do that.
They might. There's crazy. There's plenty moms out there that have no idea what's going on.
Oh, that's for sure.
I just sit and watch them at Best Buy and GameStop in Cool Springs. They're like, which one? You know, and for those that don't know, Williamson County is like, I think we're in the top 15 richest counties in America.
Yes.
And it's those moms that I'm talking about.
Yeah. And you know what, though? Like, I kind of sit back and eavesdrop when it comes to, like, moms with kids.
Yeah.
Because I do not mind giving my opinion about games for them. You know?
Yeah,
and
sure.
Like, and I think they actually appreciate it. So and I don't want to
You sit behind them and they're like, why are you breathing so heavy? I'm falling asleep.
I'll wait for you to make a decision at the counter, lady.
Yeah, that's Watch Dogs. That's a great. Anywho, yeah, I actually do that because I think it's helpful and it's important for parents who don't know. And if the store clerk is busy with somebody else, I'll just be like, yeah, that's a great game. You should get that one.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, that's a great game. You should get that one.
What do they call that? Narcolepsy?
Narcolepsy, yes. I'm not there yet. I will.
You're not there. Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't. I hope that when we get old, I'm feeling like we're gonna be friends forever, and I can't wait to know you at 80.
Oh yeah,
we just like, because that's totally like that was me playing freaking. What was that game the community was playing for a little while that started the PlayStation Book Club? Ico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was free on PlayStation Plus, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank God PS3 didn't have Twitch streaming on it. Because there'd be plenty of times where I was just there asleep playing that game. I probably fell asleep, played that game like 6 times. Not kidding.
That's awesome.
That game is, I'm sorry, people love Ico. I get it. That game is slow and boring.
There you go.
That's my grade on it. Hall, you got something else, buddy?
I was just going to say I fell asleep during Borderlands 2 somehow.
So, how do you do that?
I must have just been that I was tired.
I'm with you, dude. I've done that too. Don't worry.
Shoot.
Let's see. There's a Tomb Raider novel coming.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Next.
It's supposed to explain the events between the...
Router said next.
Next.
What's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to explain the events between the last game and the new game.
Oh, so this is probably the setup for the new game.
Potentially. It's called Tomb Raider: The 10,000 Immortals.
Next.
Coming this October. Yeah, that's right. That name kind of says next.
Yeah, that totally says next. And you know what? I don't want to read about it. I want to play it. Let's go.
Tomb Raider and the what?
What's that?
Tomb Raider and the what?
Tomb Raider: The 10,000 Immortals.
Oh, gosh.
Tomb Raider and the Sunshine Band.
I don't like that at all.
But basically, it said that they can kind of explain the events of the first game, like all the supernatural stuff, because they didn't really get into why that stuff happened, and I guess they really didn't need to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to explain it, like because there are a bunch of witch doctors running around there. That's
it's just better unexplained, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it up to you.
Just call it Tomb Raider and the Narcoleptic Tigerclaw and call it a day.
Oh, the Narcoleptic Tigerclaw.
That's it.
Thank you for the title,
there
Router.
It is. Title
there
is
it
there.
So Sony has updated the PS3 to add wireless support to the DualShock 4.
Ooh.
So you've been able to use the DualShock 4 with the PS3 before, but it had to be wired up. Now you can be wireless. So for all those people that hate the DualShock 3, you don't have to use it anymore. Use the DualShock 4.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah. I've never had a really a big problem with the controller. Like controllers are just controllers. Like they are what they are. But I do think that now that I've used the DualShock 4, it does feel more comfortable than the DualShock 3 probably. But when I go back and forth and I'm playing like, freaking Wolf Among Us or something like that, I'm not like, do I have to use this controller? You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fine and dandy with me.
Everybody has their own preferences.
Yes. Speaking of something that I got on sale on PS Plus, that's a long way to bring that back around.
There you go.
We've got the games with gold for July and the PS Plus games for July. Thought I'd run them down real quick. Xbox One, we have Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition is available now. And on 360, Gotham City Imposters is available now. And then July 16th will be Battle Block Theater on the 360. And they haven't announced an Xbox One mid-month game yet. But last month's Max, The Curse of the Brotherhood, or The Curse of Brotherhood, will stay available for the Xbox One with games with gold. PS Plus July games, Towerfall Ascension. Supposed to be really fun multiplayer game. That's for the PS4. And Strider for the PS4.
Oh, I heard Strider's good.
PS3, Dead Space 3.
Oh, yeah.
and a game called Vessel. And then on the Vita, we have Muramasa Rebirth and Doki Doki Universe. And all the games on PlayStation will be available now. They didn't stagger them out this month. So wow. I don't know if that's an Independence Day, Happy 4th of July kind of situation, but you can go get all of those today. Man, that's so lopsided. Games with Gold. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing it, but they might need to step their game up a little bit.
They just don't have those contracts in place yet.
I mean, guess not.
Well, basically, like you look at Sony, and it's obvious that they had some kind of thing going on with Square Enix.
Sure, right? Yeah.
I mean, they were getting a lot of Square Enix full price games. You know, you have to kind of earn that trust and kind of move your way into good contracts. So, like I said, Microsoft's just not there. I feel like they're not there yet, but they have first party games that they can lock down for this. So,
but Sony has more first party developers than Microsoft, don't they?
They do, but I mean, just Microsoft has some first party games that they can start trickling out there. I would imagine they could give away, like, you know, one of the Gears of War games.
That'd be awesome.
You know, something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think so, but I mean, maybe there's a lot more to it than we don't know.
And Games with Gold, until recently, when you downloaded the game, you owned it. Period. Like, even if you didn't have gold anymore, you can still play it. But I think now they've adopted the PlayStation model of you have to be
a member.
Yep.
Well, they probably adopted it because when they were going to these you know, publishers and developers, they were like, well, this is the way that Sony does it, and we like it. So you should just do that too.
Exactly.
If you've played Dead Space 2 and you haven't played 3, give it a shot, because it is good. I mean, I liked it. I still think Dead Space 2 is a little bit better and a little more jump scare, like, you know, it's a little more horror like than Dead Space 3, but I still enjoy it. I still have it. So you should check it out. It's good.
There you go. I like that. Hall, you got anything else?
One more thing. A grandmother in Japan bought a building and there was a preserved 90s arcade in it.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
No way.
What a find. Why can't we get that, man? There's a bunch of abandoned places around here. Why can't we get that video game arcade?
Did she know it was in there?
I guess she wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't aware until they started looking through the building. And so I guess what happened right away was her granddaughter's boyfriend like immediately knew about all the stuff and started posting some stuff on eBay.
Wow.
What? I'd have opened that joker up for business.
Yeah, seriously.
I'd have been a barcade cool, quick.
I mean, there's a bunch of pictures. Let's see if I can get this out on the forum. But basically, it's like almost like looking into a time capsule. They're a little bit dirty, but
nothing you couldn't have just wiped off.
Yeah, you could totally clean that up and have it as a retro arcade.
Well, and the thing about arcades are, I don't think they don't, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure they don't just go bad. So if one's been sitting for like 10 years, I'm pretty confident you could just plug it up and it would start going.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, because just like the only thing I think you would really have to worry about is the tubes and the monitor and the power supply, maybe not.
Oh my gosh,
right.
Everything's a CRT on here.
But I think you could just boot a lot of those up, man, and get it cracking.
Might be able to,
dude. That's like an instant business right there. Instant business opportunity. Just plug and go.
Oh my gosh, I totally would do that,
dude. I would be all over. In fact, I'm thinking about it. We should just set up an arcade, dude. We got to do that.
East Nashville. We should have done it like 2 years ago. It would have been perfect.
Yep.
There's plenty of opportunity there.
Yeah, there is.
All right, let's do it. I had my nap. I feel refreshed. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go start a business.
Let's go start a business together.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go start a business.
That was so sweet. That was so incredible.
That was classic.
I can't
That's
wait
a classic moment.
to listen back to that.
I know. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear me breathing. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, we've got to put the call out right now to listeners. Like when we say like, hey, we'd like some clips for episode 100, like those are what we're talking about.
Someone's going to send me an inhaler. I can feel it. Or a mask or something.
It's going to say Vortex on it, baby. Yeah.
That's right. Right.
Nice.
Shoot. Hall, you got anything else? Was that it, buddy?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, gosh. Well, I have a quick thing, but it's not. The problem with this story is it's great, but it's not concrete. So a guy in Oakland was sitting playing video games in his house with headphones on, and somebody broke into his house and he didn't hear him. And so as the guy's like going through his house looking for stuff to steal, he comes into his bedroom where he is. A couple articles say that he grabbed a game gun, like a gun from video games, and used it like it was a real weapon.
What?
And held the guy there until cops got there. But the police report says that it was a prop gun. So we're not exactly sure what kind of gun it is, but either way,
I would bet it's a prop gun.
I would think it's a prop gun.
It's definitely not the Nintendo gun from Duck Hunt. That's
exactly.
for sure.
Oh my! It's nothing with wires on it.
Get that out of my face.
Yeah. So it was just funny. I think the articles just want it to be a video game gun, even though the cop thing said prop gun. But either way, good one on you for using a fake gun to hold a robber until the cops got there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, he pulled out a Super Scope 6.
He's like, I'll use this bazooka on you, man.
That's right.
I know
I'm leveled up, brother. Come on.
I know it looks like a small bazooka, but it's a bazooka. Don't run. Don't run.
That's awesome.
Shoot, I can't even think of like a video game gun that looked like a straight up real gun.
I don't mean either.
For the Magnavox Odyssey, I think.
Well, what about like the Time Crisis guns? Like if you were to paint one of those black.
Yeah, I guess if you painted it black, because I'm pretty sure all of those were like baby blue.
Yeah, exactly. And pink. I know
he used the move wand. It magically made him look to this.
Exactly.
He paralyzed him with the move wand
because the guy thought it was so ridiculous.
he's just laughing too hard. Yeah. He just fell over.
He was like, you know what? You deserve this. I'll stick around because that's ridiculous. Well, thank you guys so much for listening and being here. Every week we ask you guys a question, and I thought I put it on Twitter, and I didn't. That's just when Hall's not here, everything just falls apart.
Everything falls apart.
He's the glue. We asked
if you think so.
We asked you guys last week, what do you think of esports? Would you ever get into them? Do you watch them? All that stuff. Starting over at the forum, because that's the only place we posted it. Jace plays games. He said, I'm not good enough to even participate. Those dudes and ladies are cray. Remake Yourself said, I sometimes watch a match or two of games like Smash Brothers where there's not a lot of action and it's easy to understand. But personally, I like occasional Twitch streams where you can communicate with the actual gamer himself.
Yeah.
Or herself. Ken L said, I'm all for esports, especially fighting games. I'll watch streams and YouTube videos of top players numerous times during the week. You can learn tons just watching. Competition is great. I've personally participated in a few local fighting game tournaments and one or two, but got destroyed by medium level players. The amount of time and research to play these games as if they were athletes is just too much. Should these games be in the Olympics? Heck no. But I wouldn't mind a TV station broadcasting Evo. Matt Leidy, I thought this was really interesting. He said, holy moly, you would not believe the amount of drama that happens behind the scenes in the MLG gaming scene. I follow a bunch of the people involved with it on Twitter. There is crazy amounts of team switching, backstabbing, and just general drama. Until they get their act together, they'll never move on. It can be fun to read some of the stuff when there is a lot of activity. I have a Twitter list called Gaming where I put accounts that have something to do with video games. If somebody is interested, I can put up the link. There might be some mistake accounts in there, but blah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, right?
That was cool. It makes sense, but yeah, that's super interesting. I had no idea. It's like a one giant soap opera.
Yeah. I thought that would be... I think that
it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, didn't they do kind of a they did a little documentary on behind the scenes of not MLG, but behind the scenes of like esports, I think.
Yes.
For Dota.
Yes, yeah. I think you're right.
I think what was it called? Free to play, maybe. It was really recent, and I think it's free. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do too. Huh.
Sweet. Well, you know where to find us. Twitter.com/MTTGcast, Facebook.com/Married to the Games, MarriedToTheGames.com. Come check out the forums. We're talking over there. We got the 100th episode creeping up on us. We're meeting hopefully this week before this next podcast, and we can come up with something more concrete. And the question of the week is actually about the 100th episode. And we'll get there in a second. But for right now, let's get into some questions.
All right, we're going to start with some email. We got Mark from Jersey. Hey guys, why so much hate for the digital AR games and Watch Dogs? Can't we all shape our Aiden how we like? If you think your Aiden wouldn't play them, then don't play them. It wouldn't preclude their existence in the world. Maybe my Aiden, that really enjoys them, is like Frank Underwood in House of Cards. Serious in business, but plays games to unwind. COD for Underwood and Cash Run for Aiden. Removed from the story, the AR games and trips are pretty fun. Who wouldn't like being a giant spider mech smashing cars? Yeah, we talked about how it just seems like it seems so distant from the actual. But sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Nice.
No, to me, I think Gabe and I were probably on it a little bit more because we're story guys. We like the stories, and that's kind of.
I want to get wrapped up.
Yeah, I want to get wrapped up in it. That's our take on it, and then throwing those.
You like to get wrapped up in it. I like to wrap it up.
There you go.
Yeah, he's like, can we get this over with, please?
That's right.
Exactly.
Spoken like the true reluctant multitasker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's my take on it because we are story guys, and dude, I'm glad you're loving it, and that's awesome. I didn't even know there was you could be a giant mech spider. For me, I'd rather get through the story first and maybe go back to those later, but it just didn't seem right. So I'm not hating on it at all. It's just it's not my style.
Yeah. It just took me out of the story too much. I just skip them now too.
Yep.
But I'm glad to hear that somebody's loving them. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Mark. I'm glad you're enjoying them. All right, let's move on to Facebook. Zach Ald. Hey guys, just an update. Over the past 93 episodes, I've listened to your chemistry change from friends to hardcore brothers. It's been just an interesting listen about personal life it's been interesting listening about personal life as well as gaming life. The most notable are, Gabe, you've been in touch way more with your roots, it seems like to me, and your nerdy half that makes you the gamer you are. Hall, your change has been in the form of personal life references, which I love to learn more about. And Router, well, your voice due to allergy shots between the good weeks and the bad ones. Laugh out loud. But seriously, your references and the way you answer certain questions and how you respond to certain things within the gaming realm. But my question for this week is, if you could pick one item from each of your co-hosts and have it for yourself, what would it be? For example, a house, pet, or career. Mine would be Gabe's job, Router's new puppy, and Hall's new Jeep.
Oh, nice.
And any of your houses, I'm sure, would be amazing. Zach, thank you, man. That is really awesome to hear.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, it really
awesome,
does
man.
mean a lot. Like, we started this just as a total joke, and well, not a joke, but it just as a total like, hey,
a little bit of a joke.
Hey, yeah. Let's see what we can do here, guys. But,
5 listeners. Awesome.
Exactly. We just kind of started this from nothing. And you're right. I mean, we've definitely grown a lot closer. I mean, for me, I think
I talk to you guys more than my dad.
It's amazing. I bet he doesn't fall asleep on you on the phone.
No, but he has fallen asleep during plenty title screens of video games when I wanted to show him. I remember, I don't remember what I was going to visit.
That's awesome.
I was going to visit him at, this is years and years ago. And I remember being like, Dad, you got to see this game. This game's awesome. You know, I don't know what it was, maybe Shenmue or something.
Time Crisis.
Yeah, Time Crisis. And he was like, all right. And I was sitting on the floor. He was sitting on the couch behind me. And I started up and I turned around to smile at him like this game's about to be sick. And he was totally asleep.
That's amazing.
He had that old man frown going on when you're asleep. Dum, 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 dum.
Oh, that's awesome.
If I could pick one thing from these guys, Hall, I would probably get all his plugins for audio that he uses because
I was thinking that you might.
Last week I was struggling. I was cutting and pasting together some plugins just to try to make the show not sound crazy. And then Router's wife owns a store, and I wouldn't necessarily want the store she has because it's girly, but like just having your own business, I think is pretty dope. And Router's got his own business.
That's right.
But hers is storefront.
That's right. Arcade, really baby. Fun. Come on, let's do this.
I know. We could open one up right there on Main Street.
That would be amazing. I would love that. I think I would take Hall. Your temperament is just, it's perfect because it's very even keel and you don't freak out about a lot of things. You're just kind of very even and you think through everything. And I love that about you.
He's a rock.
Yeah, and Gabe, I think you just have such a servant's heart, man. It's just awesome. You're just always available, and you always want to be available. So I'd take that. For sure. Take that in a heartbeat.
Jeez, you just made all my stuff sound very, very skin deep.
No, man, not at all.
Nice, I appreciate that.
No problem.
Hall, yours doesn't have to be as deep as Router's.
Yeah, you can just say, I wish I could fall asleep like Router.
I've always been like of the mind that that I would like to be able to do my own business.
Dude, it's the greatest thing in the world, man.
Oh, I'm sure. I just like I've tried things here and there, but it's so hard when you're working like a full-time job to start something. So you've kind of got to work your way up to that point. And also too, like, Krista and I were trying to buy this home, so it was like just not a reality. It's like, oh, I'm gonna keep working, keep pushing along in the business. I kind of like Gabe's end of the industry because it's more I'm trying to think. I like the fact that it's more about music. Actual music. I'm in kind of the manufacturing side of the business. Mm-hmm. So there's that, I've always been I've always been of the mind that I would like to work with artists again, but it's just not a reality for me right now.
It will be.
Yeah. And that, you know what, that's fine because that may go somewhere else. That may go in another direction that you totally didn't see.
It may.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I've always kept in the back of my mind that someday maybe I'd like to do my own business. So that's, from Router's angle, from Gabe's angle too. Like, I mean, I'd love to have the drive that you have in getting the work for your house done. Because right now I'm like,
yeah, right.
I mean, like, Gabe's got definitely a servant's heart, and he's very motivated to do things for people.
Yep.
So.
Oh, man.
Amen to that.
Wish I had that, too.
All right.
All right, let's keep going.
Next question. Jeez Louise. When black people blush, we turn purple, so
exactly.
That's what's going on over here.
Next question.
Gabe's Barney over there right now.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on because I know we got to wrap it up pretty soon. On to Twitter, Arctic Warlocks. With the fourth being here, are you a laid-back, watch others blow off fireworks, or are you the pyromaniac?
Ooh, good question.
I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I love launching fireworks off. It's fun.
What are you doing this year?
We're just hanging out, actually. Lauren's mom and dad are hosting, so we're just going to go over there, and we may battle the crowds and go to Harlansdale for the fireworks.
What's that?
The Harlansdale is where they launch off. It's the farm right opposite the factory. That's where they launch. That's where they launch the fireworks now.
Gotcha.
So.
Oh boy, that's going to be some traffic.
Yeah, I'm kind of like...
That's one thing I've noticed about Franklin is it's getting real crowded.
Oh, it's been that way, man. It has totally been that way.
Paul, what about you, buddy?
We're probably going to head over to Crockett Park.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I went there for years.
Oh, awesome. Is the traffic bad?
Yep.
We're going to be doing something else now.
That's the 4th of July,
That's Nashville. You can't say Nashville and you can't say Nashville without saying traffic in the same sentence.
You used to be able to.
Yep.
So do you like lighting them off, or are you a watch kind of guy?
Man, I'm the reluctant multitasker. What do you think?
You like watching other people blow stuff up?
Heck yeah, man. Sitting back in that lounge garden chair, man.
Oh yeah, baby. Yep. The one that folds up into a baggie.
Yep.
You know what? Deep down, I'm the pyro guy. But my wallet's not the pyro guy.
Right. Those jokers are expensive, man.
Exactly. So I think we've gone back and forth. Like, so one year we'll have something in our house and have, we live in a cul-de-sac. So we'll just, blow stuff up in the cul-de-sac. And then the next year we'll go watch. So I think this year we're watching.
Nice.
But I love fireworks. And so like when we were doing the show at Kings Island the other day, in the middle of the show, fireworks started going off, and I just stood there and watched fireworks while I was singing. Like, totally stopped performing and just was watching the fireworks.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, good question.
I forgot to mention on their Twitter question, their hashtag was #scoot back a little. This is going boom. That's awesome.
Nice.
Moving on. At Jamin Bissett, what video game characters do you think are good role models for kids, or have games not quite matured to that point yet? That's a really good question.
That's a good question.
Joel. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I don't know. They all kind of have the same kind of, or at least a lot of the ones that I've played have a good versus evil kind of a thing, and it's your choice whether or not you want to play the good guy or the bad guy. But as far as an actual character as a role model, man, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think they're there yet, because I don't think they're that I don't know if any of them are developed that good yet.
Yeah.
In the sense of where, like, this guy's always going to make the right choice. It's not like Daniel Tiger or freaking Dora the Explorer that's like, I'll do anything for all my friends anytime they need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Commander Shepard, I guess, in Mass Effect could have been that guy if you're watching and you're like, see, he made the right decision, but it's not going to be like, Lee from from Walking Dead. I mean, it's like, hey,
exactly.
If somebody's struggling, you should cut their leg off.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's the whole point of video games is you have the choice. It's a fantasy role where if you don't, and I don't think what video game of has ever proclaimed to be any type of a role model for anybody.
Yeah, and I wonder if it would be a boring game if it was.
That's what I was going to say. I think that they use the emotional roller coaster of the character to kind of make the game more interesting.
Even though, remember, we did hear about that teacher in Europe, I think it was, that used The Walking Dead in class and discussed cause and effect as far as like, the decisions that you would have to make as Lee. So I don't know if that's role model, but it's at least like, it's diving deeper into it.
Well, when I think about that stuff, like I think about, sometimes there's not a black and white, right and wrong answer. There's, the best answer, and it's not, sometimes maybe it's like the best thing, but it's not the right choice or something. I don't really know how to explain it.
Well, and like I said, like think about Infamous.
That was, gosh, my brain is just not ready for this.
I think Hall mentally fell asleep there. No,
yeah, exactly.
No, it's awesome. But take an example of Infamous. You could go the good route or you could go the bad route. And that's the beauty of it, is that the choice is yours. If you want to go back and do bad or go back and do good, you can do that. And it just kind of gives you a whole different mental state of, hey, I could go and do this and, not suffer the consequences, actually be rewarded for it instead.
I'll tell you, as I'm playing Aiden in Watch Dogs, he is not a role model, because he's like using the profilers like, just got cured from cancer. I'm like, well, I'm stealing their car.
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. It's like, yeah, I'm a vigilante, but I'm also stealing your money. So, hey, I'll take that. I have like $650,000 right now.
That's awesome. Good question.
That's a great question. Let's see. VG Treehouse at VG Treehouse. Hey guys, I'm playing a bunch of puzzle games this month. Do you guys have favorite puzzle games? Example, Tetris, Luminous, and Bust a Move. I love me some Tetris.
Yeah.
And that's, as far as puzzle games, yeah, that's probably it.
2048?
Well, in 2048, of course.
I don't know if Candy Crush, like, is that puzzle?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I don't play it anymore, but I obviously play a lot of that. Dr. Mario, love that. And I did go through a crazy Tetris phase not that long ago, like 3 years ago.
I love me some Tetris.
And love Tetris. Paul?
I've got 3 of them. Tetris, Columns from the Genesis.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And this game came up as a couple different names, but it's originally called Puyo Puyo.
Oh, yeah.
But it's actually, they rebranded it, I guess, when they brought it over here to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Nice.
It's really freaking fun.
Oh, you know what else? I guess this counts as puzzle games. I love room escape games, like on iOS or whatever, like where you're trapped in a room, you have to figure your way out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Or
you love The Room, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, The Room. That was a great game on iOS. So I do love those guys.
Nice.
Good question.
All right, we got a lightning round from Matt Lighty.
There we go. He's getting a lot of shout-outs this week.
Yeah, he is. Lightning questions. Rather fly an X-Wing or Millennium Falcon?
Ooh.
Oh, man, Millennium Falcon, Jack.
I think Millennium Falcon, but does that take more than one person to fly?
Well, probably. As long as I have Chewie. If Millennium Falcon comes with Chewie, definitely.
Yeah. Man, I think, you know what? I was going to say X-Wing. X-Falcon. X-Wing.
X-Wing Falcon Millennium?
X-Wing Falcon Millennium.
The Millennium X-Wing Falcon?
The Death Falcon. Yeah, I think I have to go... I think you're right. I think we gotta go Millennium Falcon.
Hall?
Hall's gone. Hall dropped out for some reason.
Hall fell asleep.
Yeah, his internet fell asleep. We'll wait for him to get back and then ask him.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I fell asleep. Anyway, that's awesome. I feel so much better though. I
know. I bet. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
How long was I out?
I don't know. Probably if I were to think about it, probably 6-7 minutes.
No.
Oh yeah. It was
that
a good
long?
It was a good little you fell asleep in the midst of us talking about the game critics. Yeah. And then didn't wake up till after we were finished talking about Super Mario Brothers. And I think you only woke up because we said something. If we would have kept going, I think you would have stayed asleep.
No, I heard Router, and that's when I poked up. And I immediately went, and as soon as I heard Router, I'm like, oh gosh, I fell asleep, didn't I?
Oh gosh.
So great.
That is so great. What's his other questions?
Best Pop-Tart flavor.
Brown sugar.
Ooh, I'm kind of like strawberry kind of a guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Love or hate grape nut cereal? For the record, I love grape nuts, but can't hear the TV when I eat them. I hate that. Grape nuts, if you warm them up, it gets them a little softer, and it's actually really nice.
I've never had them before.
Yeah, it's like eating cardboard.
Is it?
Sort of. Yeah, a little bit.
So they're
really
not great.
Hard cardboard. Yeah. Let's see.
This feels like the end of the last podcast.
Yeah. Well, Gabe.
Just us.
It's just you and me, Barley. Shall we move on?
Yeah, we'll ask him when he gets back.
All right. Teddy at the Panda Robot. What is the one game that you thought was going to be bad, but once you played it, you found yourself loving it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Not that I thought it was going to be bad. I just was not motivated to play BioShock Infinite until I started playing it, and then just got hooked. Oh, that game was just good. I'm like, what? I saw commercials for it, and I was like, yeah, BioShock. I've heard about it. Blah blah blah. And I was like, Infinite, yeah, maybe I'll get it eventually. And then, man, once I started playing it, amazing.
What game did I think that was going to be bad? I don't know if I play. My budget doesn't allow me to play games that I think are going to be bad.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We are very selective.
But we both, like you were just saying, we both majorly slept on Infinite. And so I'm not going to say I thought Infinite was going to be bad. I just had no idea it was going to be as good as it was.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with you on that one.
And I'm kind of feeling that same way about Destiny. Like, I'm like, I probably won't. And I'm sure
You're hoping it's going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure if I start playing it, I'll love it, especially if it's very Borderlands-esque. I'll probably really love it.
Exactly.
Let's do this. Last question. And if Hall's not on, he won't be able to answer this either. Derek Putnam at Derek L. Putnam. What did you guys do for your bachelor parties?
Ooh.
I actually didn't have one. Now that I think about it. No, my brother was the best man, and he was like, they all had to fly up. So to try and get everybody together, I think we just hung out at the bar or something and just relaxed. But I actually went to bed that night, and what did I watch? I watched something on TV. It was a movie, Last American Hero.
Oh, really?
I'll never forget. It was a horrible movie, but I'll never forget it because I think I fell asleep to it.
Surprise.
Yeah, shocking.
So this is nothing new, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right. Even at 23, I was falling asleep. No, but yeah. So I didn't really do anything for my brother's party. I took him and his boys. We drove to Atlantic City and did some gambling, and then my poor brother had to drive. We caravanned in like 2 cars, and I drove one, and then one of his buddies drove one down. My poor brother had to drive back because they all fell asleep.
No way.
Yeah, I was so pissed. I'm like, dude, this is his bachelor party. He shouldn't have to be driving back.
Exactly. My bachelor party, I got married in San Diego. Santiago.
Established by the Germans in 1902. It was later renewed. Anyway, continue.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
We went clubbing. So
nice.
We kind of like separated out. The guys went their way. The girls went their way. And then we all met up at a place called the W, which is a hotel chain. And in the lobby that night, they just had like a DJ spinning and it was like a club down there.
Sweet.
And we literally danced till the lights came on. Like they're like, awesome. Hey, you don't have to go home. But you got to get up out of here.
Go upstairs. Yep.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So you guys all met up, all
the bridesmaids, all the groomsmen, everybody.
But you didn't see Jenny, did you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jenny was there. We all partied together. Like
that's cool.
As a big group the night before, she like, I don't even remember what we did before that, but like, I don't know if it was like eating cigars or something like that. And then the girls went and did their thing. Did you just say
eating cigars or eat and cigars?
Eat and cigars.
Okay. All right. I was like, oh man, I don't know what ritual you got, but that's
we
gross.
Kept it real. Yeah, we were eating eggs raw, cigars,
eating cigars.
Yeah, we were licking people's shoes. Like, what is going on? That doesn't sound fun at all.
Ooh, that just turned dark. Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we just freaking danced until 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning.
That's so great.
It was great. Then went home and all passed out, exhausted.
Well, but your wedding was later in the day, wasn't it? Or it wasn't in the morning, right?
Right. It was at like 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's good. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time.
Well, thank you. We've lost Hall still, but hey, that's it for our questions. Thank you so much, everybody, for turning them in, and we totally appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing that now from here on out.
That's right.
That's so amazing. But yeah, that was awesome. Appreciate everybody, and you're the best.
Yeah, you guys are the best. And the question, we always leave you guys with a question of the week. Here it is. It's pretty pointed, and I know most of the answers are going to be no, and I can't. But the 100th episode is coming, regardless of if we want it to come or not. This is episode 94, so we have 6 weeks.
6 freaking weeks
to the 100th episode. Who's coming? Could you come? And would you rather it be on the 15th or 16th? Those are the 2 days it's going to be. It's either going to be Friday the 15th or Saturday the 16th. So this is a little inside baseball. So like probably majority of people won't answer this question because majority of people aren't going to be able to make it. But we do want to make it cool. We're still flirting with venue. We've got 2 in mind. One's really cool. One's really, really cool. And so that's just what we're going back and forth on. We want to make it intimate because we want to hang out with you guys, get some pizzas or whatever. And it's going to be a good time. So 100th episode, let us know if you're coming or if you think you could come, and how we can make that happen.
I still can't believe it's the 100th episode, man.
That's stupid. Like, we're about to have been doing the show for 2 years straight.
I know. It's so cool.
That doesn't make any sense.
Who knew?
I know. This podcast is like, is it the exact same age as Piper or a little bit older than Piper?
Just, let's see. I want to say 6 months, just 6 months older than Piper. 7 months. 7 months. Sorry. It was September.
No. Piper's 2 already.
Oh, yeah. But
it was just before Piper.
7 months after Piper.
7 months after Piper.
Gotcha. Yeah, after Piper was born.
And it's older than all of Hall's kids.
That's right. Exactamundo.
He's somewhere. He's probably at work already.
Yeah, he's probably driving. He's like, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if his wireless went out.
Oh yeah, new place.
Yeah, new
Still
place.
Dialing it in.
I would not be a bit surprised.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it. We love doing this show for you guys, and we love that you guys are listening. We do not take it for granted. Maybe we take it for granted every now and then, but we try not to. We try to remind ourselves not to take it for granted. But we really do appreciate it. I'm your boy, Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That was Timothy Hall. But we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!